Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all having a great day. I am here today to talk to you about my experience with the BookTube-A-Thon. I participated in it. I did a TBR video, which I enjoyed seeing what other people were going to be reading while they participated in the BookTube-A-Thon. And today I want to do a BookTube-A-Thon wrap-up and also share my thoughts on the experience. I chose several books for the challenges and I accomplished, I think, 4 challenges. I read a book with a person on the cover, I read a book in a day, I read a book almost completely outside, and I read a book that I bought strictly because of the cover. I'll go into those a little bit. I finished The Shadow of the Wind, which I purchased specifically because I thought the cover was pretty. It's a mystery and it was about a person who loves books. It's a book about a book. I really enjoy that. And plus on the cover, Stephen King says that it is a beautiful read, so I was excited to read a story that such a good storyteller enjoyed. Overall though, I really didn't enjoy this book as much as I wanted to. As a book about books, it was really fantastic because the main character really just shows you how much he enjoys books, and I think it really fosters a love for books and shows just how beautiful books can be and how important they can be to your life. But as a mystery, I didn't enjoy it. I think it didn't make sense how some of the information was shared with the main character as he was discovering more and more about The Shadow of the Wind and the author who wrote it. Furthermore, I learned that I don't enjoy reading books where a 16-year-old boy is the main character. 16-year-old boys are sort of rash, and they do things I don't understand. So I don't identify with them. I don't understand the crazy things they do or the crazy things that get, that come out of their mouths because they're not thinking twice about the future or about the consequences of their actions. So I've read 2 books this month with a 16-year-old boy as the character, and I can't say that I enjoy that behavior. So overall, I gave The Shadow of the Wind maybe a 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. I read Murder in Mesopotamia in one day, which was pretty exciting. That was like 220 some pages just in a day. I did have to stay up. I think I finished it at like 11:50, okay, the day that I read it. So it was an all-day experience and it was a big challenge for me, but I didn't have anything too much going on last week, so it was a good opportunity for me to take advantage of that challenge. This is the kind of mystery that I do enjoy. The facts all are sort of revealed to you in an appropriate, timely manner, just at the right time to continue to keep you guessing. The narrator in an Agatha Christie book is normally somebody different, so I enjoyed the narrator, and I also enjoyed Inspector Poirot. He's always hilarious and awkward and sort of weird. So I gave this a 3.5 stars out of 5, and the reason it didn't get more stars is because one of the reasons I picked up this book was because I thought that it would have a lot of Middle Eastern culture in it, but it didn't. It all sort of took place in one building compound area. There's a little bit of archaeological fun in it, but not too much. And to be fair, Agatha Christie warns you about this in the beginning of the book, but I didn't know that before I read the book, so it wasn't exactly what I expected, but I did enjoy it. Finally, for the BookTube-A-Thon, I read Anne of Green Gables almost completely outside. I listened to it using the Hoopla app that I get for free from my local library. I really enjoyed that. I loved reading Anne of Green Gables. I never read it as a child, but my sister-in-law and my husband both read it, and they really enjoyed it, and they loved the movies, and they talk about it all the time. So I decided to give it a try, and I'm so glad I did, because it just brings back just the joy of childhood. It's a cleverly written book. You can picture the characters so well in your head. They all sort of grow and change a little bit, which is nice in a story, especially one that's it sort of is episodic, one thing happens per chapter, so you wouldn't think that the characters could grow that much, but I think that Anne and Marilla especially do grow and develop in a good way. So I really enjoyed Anne of Green Gables, especially reading it outside. I think it's a perfect book to read outside during the summer, and the narrator of the story on Hoopla just did a fantastic job, so I thoroughly enjoyed listening to Anne of Green Gables through audiobook for this challenge. So that's it. I only finished 3 books this BookTube-A-Thon, but I still feel like that was a good accomplishment for me because normally I'm averaging like less than a book a week. So it was a good opportunity for me to read a lot of things that I was interested in and to get some of my to-be-read list narrowed down a little bit. I will say, though, that I stopped reading the book for the BookTube-A-Thon on Sunday when I finished Murder in Mesopotamia and The Shadows of the Wind and Green Gable. I didn't want to read the rest of the books on my list. So Sunday came along and I could have read The Outsiders or We, but I chose not to. I was like, I'm not going to finish reading for this BookTube-A-Thon because those aren't books that I really want to read. That's what I found out. What I wanted to do was read it, and so that's what I did. So I knew that it did not accomplish any of the challenges. I was never going to finish it in a day, but I chose to read that anyway because it was something that I enjoyed. So what I learned from that experience is that, number one, I have to pick books that I'm truly going to enjoy for the challenges if I choose to do something like this again. I can't just pick a book because it's been on my list forever and I feel like it's a book that I should read, you know? That's not going to work for me for a BookTube-A-Thon challenge, because reading is such an enjoyable experience for me and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to bombard myself with books that I'm not really going to enjoy. I've also learned that I enjoy the challenge of reading as many books as you can in a week and the community aspect of that challenge because I enjoyed seeing how other people were doing with their accomplishments, how they were struggling, how they were succeeding. And I enjoyed watching some of the videos that were available that so many people put their time and hard work into. That was so much fun. So I had a great time while I was participating in the BookTube-A-Thon. I hope to get to participate in another one. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Did you reach any of your goals? Which goals did you reach? Which books did you enjoy the most? And overall, what are your thoughts on doing a challenge like this where you pick books you're going to read and then read as much of it as you can? Do you find it too overwhelming or do you find it enjoyable, or any variation thereof? Okay, thanks guys. I hope you all have a great day and I will see you soon. Bye.